Hey everyone, Alan Schimmel, DevOps.com here for DevOps TV at IBM's InterConnect 2017 in Las Vegas. I'm here with one of the stars of this year's InterConnect, John Comas of NBC Universal, and John manages the platform DevOps for NBC Universal. So John, let's start with that. What do we mean by platform DevOps?
So I'm in the enterprise applications group, and we set the DevOps SDLC by which we want all our applications to be developed.
Okay. And John, I mean, this is probably a fairly new group within NBC Universal? Or?
Yeah, so I've been with the company 6 years, and we started our DevOps journey in 2015. So we're still relatively new. We're just about 2 years old, but we have now over 75 applications under our belt.
That's fantastic. So John, I happened to catch a little bit of your presentation at the DevOps keynote yesterday, and what I thought was really interesting and I wanted to share with our audience was, you know, for a relatively recent addition to the roster at IT at NBC Universal, kind of the impact you're having across a rather large organization.
Yes.
So you're not, you know, we hear so much, John, where DevOps projects start off with like a beachhead, a small application, important but not necessarily critical, and build on success.
Sure.
Where you guys seem to be a little bit broader. You're going a little bit wider in the organization. Is that true?
That's absolutely true. So, you know, NBC Universal is a huge company, and we have, you know, many different businesses throughout the organization. And so we started out with 10 applications, but those 10 apps weren't just on one line of business. They were across the organization.
Right.
So we penetrated all of these different business units, and so as a result, we've been able to work with more and more of the company as a whole. So we haven't been pigeonholed into one, you know, small unit.
Got it. So John, you know, as I said, we heard yesterday about some of the successes you're having. You know what I always like to share with the audience? Not failures, but challenges.
Sure.
Can you give us an idea? What have been some of the biggest challenges you've had to face as part of this transformation?
Absolutely. So one thing I touched on before was DevOps for the database. So most of our application releases have a situation where we have to deploy a database change in order for the front end change to work. So when we first implemented our DevOps 1.0, we came across the situation where we deployed the front end application web release, but the database part was still pending in the manual process. So as a result, the front end was broken and we didn't really save much time. In retrospect, I wish we had done the database first. So we had worked with Datacle to automate the database portion, and that actually gave us the complete picture. So now our application teams can actually get a forecast of the database release ahead of time. So we know whether this script will actually run. Are you trying to add a column to a table that doesn't exist? Something silly like that, right? So if the database portion won't run, don't even bother building and deploying the front end release, because you're just going to break the system. So that was a huge improvement. Other challenges we've had is, of course, with you know, keeping up with our QA automated tests. So, you know, with our regression suite, it's a very complex 1,000 test case suite for our TV scheduling app. And so with the continual changes, the QA team needs to keep up with, you know, constantly updating those test cases. And that can be a lot of work. And so sometimes we're getting false positives.
I got it. And false positives are always part of the equation. John, let me ask you a question. Obviously, what you guys are doing is very high visibility here at InterConnect this year. But what about at NBC Universal itself? What kind of attention has this initiative garnered from upper management, maybe non-IT related management?
Well, I will tell you that our executive VP, CIO is very aware of it, and also our business technology groups are very much champions of it. I find that having executive sponsorship of DevOps is very key to its success. They are very anxious to be as competitive as possible, and I like to present DevOps as a business change, not as much a technology change. So we want to make sure we're aligning the technology to meet the business requirements. So when we say we're going to be able to deliver faster and push out the changes that you need done reliably and at a lower cost, the business is all over it.
You sure are. No one ever votes against that. No, I don't want to do that. So John, how did you, I don't want to use the wrong word, but how did you foster this relationship with upper management to understand the benefits of the DevOps brings to the organization?
Well, I think it was, a multiple parties involved. I mean, obviously my leadership as well as others were looking to a way to reduce outages, right? We had a situation where many applications were being, deployed to prod, and then immediately after that, you'd have an outage call. So obviously that's wasting time, it's wasting money. So one aspect of it is how do we fix that? And then how do we deliver faster? So DevOps became the answer and our way of responding to what was being asked of IT. So I think that was the way that we were able to push DevOps into the company.
Got it. Makes sense. And so John, one of the nice things about DevOps is it's never done. Right?
That is true.
What do you do for an encore here? How do you keep moving forward? How do you keep innovating?
Well, so we have about 75 apps, but the company has about 1,000 apps. So there's a lot more work to do. We also want to, streamline our process, right? So we've been looking at containerization, bringing in some of the IoT Watson capabilities, and really continue to reduce sprint time and see where we can, save a few hours here and there. If we can improve our QA process, if we can reduce build time, if we can improve our continuous delivery, where instead of maybe just delivering once a week, maybe we can deliver once a day. Maybe we'll get to Amazon where we're delivering once every 11 seconds or something.
Yeah. But even from once a day to from once a week to once a day, you're going from once every 7 days to 7 times as much.
And we've gone from once a quarter to once a month to once a week.
Right.
So
it's already been phenomenal. Yeah. That is great. And that is the kind of successes, John, that we love to highlight at DevOps.com. And we love to see in the DevOps community, actually, because that is what can be done if you're doing it right. So congratulations on the great success there.
I appreciate it.
And thanks for appearing on DevOps TV.
Absolutely.
And we hope to check back with you soon, John, because let's get to once a day.
Excellent. Looking forward to it, Alan. Thank you.
John Comas from NBC Universal.